زبان ابرو کمان غنچه دهان خوش آمدی شیرین زبان ابرو کمان غنچه دهان خوش آمدی.
Greetings everyone from Egypt. Yes, that is a real live pyramid in the background. And this is not your average trip to Cairo. This is actually a layover. The thing that everybody hates, the thing that everyone dreads, but not this layover. This is my originally 22 hours, but my flight got delayed. Now it's 27 hours layover in Cairo. And I'm right here at the foot of the Pyramid of Giza. It is not all desert around these puppies, okay? There is a whole neighborhood right here, all right? And this neighborhood is what I'm actually here to look at. Like, the pyramids are cool and stuff, but you know how this channel is. I want to see the average Joes. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what they're up to. My local guide and I took a few cute little photos from this pile of rubble, and then we headed into the neighborhood below for some authentic Egyptian breakfast. Breakfast is served.
这个是茄子，这个是豆，两个是豆，这个是土豆。
Starting off the day with an authentic Egyptian breakfast, which is very reminiscent of Mexican food. I don't know how I feel about French fries at 7 a.m., but I'm really loving the very Mexican-esque bean and tortilla combination. It's very good. The eggplant is amazing. 5 stars. Excellent eggplant.
我们去吃两个，他们说那个进那个无人机，
你平时自己在家也会听吗？
啊，有人会这样。
After breakfast, it was finally time to do what I came here to do, wander around. Unfortunately, my guide was not a huge fan of walking and preferred to take taxis, but the Cairo traffic made me carsick, so we compromised and did a little bit of both. You may be wondering why I hired a guide at all when I'm always out wandering in random places alone. Well, some countries are more and less safe than others, and here I really felt like I needed a knowledgeable local to say, hey, don't go in that alley, hey, stay off that street. That'll be more relevant later. For now, let's head to the cave church. So when you guys think of Egypt, probably what comes to mind is Islam. But actually, there are a lot of Christians in Egypt, not just like a few people here and there. I mean, a lot. Is this not the sickest church you've ever seen? It's built in a cave. Look, if my hometown church looked like this, my parents would not have had such a hard time dragging me to Sunday school every week. I would have gone in a jiffy. What a cool church. Interestingly enough, despite its very archaic appearance, you actually can charge your device in this church. There are little outlets here to charge your phone during the church service. Listen, y'all, I've seen a lot of churches in my day, and I never thought I would say the coolest church I've ever seen is in Egypt. Of course, we're also going to visit a local mosque because Egypt is a Muslim majority country after all. But on the way there, we'll be passing through the neighborhood that the cave church is located in. Take note of the Christian posters everywhere. And yes, this is one of the neighborhoods my guide said to not walk in, so unfortunately, we can only look at it through the window of a car. Of course, we cannot let the Islamic culture of Egypt be overpowered by the cute church. So we're here at this mosque. No shoes allowed in the mosque. Now it's time to dress in more mosque appropriate attire. Also can't have my hair exposed in the mosque like a heathen. So I've got this little hood on. Now, ready to roll.
做礼拜的之前，你应该做沐浴。洗头、洗脸、洗头发、洗两个脚、两个手，然后在这里可以做礼拜。做礼拜的地方有两个部分，这个是女的，这个是男的。我们有那个5次礼拜，一次礼拜有10分钟左右。
finally spotted another visitor in the green cloak. It's not just me.
在那个有一个人，他领到了伊斯兰教，他到了最好的地方，然后用那个麦克风，然后他们领导伊斯兰教。
Right down the street from this mosque, there is another church.
Egypt really is exceeding expectations in the Christian architecture realm, which is just, again, like not what I was expecting from this country, but it's here.
This underground space below the church is said to be where Mary, Joseph, and infant Jesus stayed for 3 weeks while fleeing from the threat of persecution. Whether you're religious or not, it's a pretty cool place to check out, but honestly, as someone who's not religious, I think I have maxed out my religious structure visiting for the day. I've already seen 3, so now let's just go find some random street to walk on. My favorite pastime.
I'm having the time of my life right now in the pet supply and power tool market. I don't know why these two things are associated with each other, but that's what's for sale here, and I'm eating it up. Although my guide is kind of like, why can't we just go to a normal tourist spot? But I only have one day in Cairo, so I really want to spend it seeing what the locals are up to. If I had a week, I would hit all the tourist spots, but it's one precious day, you know what I mean?
We had an authentic Egyptian late afternoon meal and then headed to Khan al-Khalili market. No, not this kind of market, this kind of market. As much as I enjoyed looking at jackhammers and bird cages, I also did have a task to complete, which was to get some cool stuff for my wall.
Final stop of the day, this market.
If you guys are curious what I brought back from the market, stick around for the second half of this video where I'll be doing an updated tour of my house in rural China and showing you guys what I got in Egypt, as well as all the family heirlooms I brought back from the US. I was so afraid of them breaking in transit that I kept them in my carry-on, so literally 2/3 of my carry-on suitcase was like 50-year-old handicrafts from my grandparents' world travels, and that actually caused a mild holdup during the security check.
They thought I was smuggling some artifacts, all right? Because they went through that suitcase, they looked at every single thing, and they were like chatting with each other in Arabic. I don't know what they were saying, but it was probably like, what is this? Like nobody else is getting stuck here, it's just me. And they didn't open anything else except for all of the little bubble wraps, random weird artifacts from Latin America, like 50 years old. And I get it, they do look like something that was pulled out of a pyramid, I promise. I'm not smuggling stuff. It's just some family heirlooms. Anyway, I finally got out of there, and now it's time to get on this plane.
10 hours of weird Arabic movies later, I arrived in Shanghai, and then I embarked on the many-hour journey to get back to my village in the Bamboo Mountains.